Inner child unleashed. According to those around me, I am too immature for my age. 38 live in an apartment with my wife and son. Have never been able to afford to buy a house and still rent. I don't have a lot of savings and most of my paycheck goes towards living expenses. My family is happy and healthy, but some days I worry about what is going to happen once I am retired. I'll admit, sometimes I can be childish, always been the one still a kid at heart. For fun, I love to play sports and video games and frequently play against my son, but unlike most parents, I don't let him win. I'm too competitive for that. My grandmother passed a few months back and shortly after my family got together to celebrate her life. I owe my youthful spirit to my grandmother. We were very similar in terms of our carefree and silly spirits. She would have wanted us all to have fun and not making her celebration of life a sad one. The day of the celebration I was called into work and wasn't able to get there until 7 p.m. The event started at 6 p.m. I told my mom I would be a little late and she said not to worry. When I got there, I was directed to sit at the kids' table with kids aged 4 to 13, by one of my aunts. She claimed that all of the other places were taken and said that since I am so young at heart I would have no problem being surrounded by other children. As I looked around the room, I noticed that many of the older teens were sat with the adults. It became clear to me that I was being placed with the littles to be the babysitter. My wife was not happy and told me that if they were going to treat me like a child, I might as well live up to it. I took that as a challenge and even though I disagree, what happened next is what may have made me the age. Over the next few hours, I gave the kids all sorts of tips on how to manage their parents. I told them how to get away with stuff, how to avoid getting caught, how to emotionally blackmail their parents, when to cry, how to throw an effective tantrum in public, how to delete browser history, how to hide apps, etc. Pretty much anything that would make the kids tiny menaces to their parents. I made sure to tell them that if their moms and dads asked, to tell them exactly who they learned it from. Within 3 weeks, the fallout came and it was spectacular. A family meeting was called and all adults were to attend. Obviously, since I am not an adult, I didn't go, and neither did my wife. However, my mom called later to tell me that everyone was upset that I ruined all the children. And since then I have received even more calls. Apparently, my lessons were passed along even to kids not at the gathering. AITA?